Hi everyone, I hope you are doing great. It's your favorite CAD addict, Best of Delta. If you're here for the first time, please click the subscribe button and do not forget to hit the notification bell so I'll be the first to know when next I post a video. Well, if you are an old timer here, thanks for hanging around. It shows you're doing great. Thanks a lot, and I really appreciate that. So today we are going to be looking at exercise 9. Okay. Right, in our previous video we talked and looked at exercise 8, and it didn't take us much time to draw this. Alright, so today we are going to be looking at a little an exercise that's a little bit more complicated as compared to the previous one. Alright, as you can see, I have my PDF document already open. Well, if you are yet to download this PDF document, I will leave a link in the description of this video for you to download the PDF document. Alright, so straight to CAD. Alright, straight to CAD. As usual, click on new, choose a CAD ISO. Alright, so we want to start off by creating layers. You know how to do that. Right, I believe by now you can create layers. Okay, so you go to the layers ribbon, click on layers properties. Alright, so we're going to be creating new layers. One of the layers is going to be called construct 1, and the color of this construct 1 layer is going to be cyan. Be using cyan for this. Then we'll create another layer called dimension 1. It will serve as our dimension layer, and the color of this dimension layer is going to be blue. Alright, so once you're done creating and selecting the colors for each of the layers you just created, you click on this where my cursor is right now. You click on it to close the dialog box. Now next up, we'll go back to our PDF document. Alright, so I want us to start off from this cycle, where my cursor is right now. I hope you can see my cursor. Alright, so I want us to start off from this point. So we'll get the dimension of these cycles. The dimensions are reduce 24 and reduce 60. Alright, so we'll go back to CAD. Okay, you click line. I'm gonna start off from the orange, so you type in 0, 0, press enter on the keyboard. Right, so that's it. Okay, sorry, that's our origin. Okay, so next up, we want to start drawing in our cycles. Alright, so I'll go to the draw ribbon, click on cycle, now type in 0, 0, press enter. Right, you see the way our cursor locks into the very center of the origin. That's our origin right there. Alright, so the radius of the smaller circle is 24, so I'll type in 24, press enter on the keyboard. You can see it's very small, so I'm going to zoom out so you see our drawing right there. So and then I'll pan a little to centralize our drawing. Alright, that's it. So I'll still zoom out, then still pan. Alright, zoom out and pan. Alright, so this size is okay for that. So next up, we'll get rid of this UCS icon at the center, because we kind of get on the way. Alright, so you right click on it to select the UCS icon. Just click on the UCS icon to select it, then you right click, go straight to the very bottom, the last option on this dialog box, then you deselect show UCS icon at origin. Yeah, that's it. Right, next up, we'll draw in the next yes, we'll draw in the next cycle, which is of radius 60. Alright, so we'll lock our cursor to the center of this smaller cycle, lock it on, then we'll type in the radius 60. So that's it. Alright, I'm zooming in so that I will have enough space to draw in other parts of this drawing. Okay, so back to our PDF document. Next up, I want us to draw in this this just a kind of key on the smaller cycle. So I'm going to draw it in. As you can see from the dimension, the radius of this smaller cycle is 24 millimeters. Okay, now, and they are telling us that from the very center of the smaller cycle to the end of this keyway that we have here, it's a kind of keyway, right? So that we have here is 34, which means the actual length, yes, the actual width of this keyway is yes, 10 millimeters, and a length of 20 millimeters. Okay, so let's do that. All right, back to CAD. First off, we might want to draw in construction lines. Okay, we'll draw in construction line to help us locate the exact position of that keyway. All right, so I'll go to the layers ribbon, select the construction layer, that's the construct one layer. All right, so I'll go to draw ribbon, click on the drop down menu of the draw ribbon, then I'll click on construction line where my cursor is right now. Okay, I hope you can see that. All right, so you click on construction line. Yeah, click on construction line. All right, then ensure it locks to the center of this cycle. All right, we're going to be needing a vertical and horizontal construction line. Okay, so lock our cursor to the center of the smaller cycle, then you ensure the construction line is at 0 degrees to the horizontal, then you click anywhere around the model space, then ensure the cursor to get the vertical construction line, ensure it's inclined at 90 degrees to the verticals, then you click anywhere around the model space. Now we've gotten our, yes, we've gotten both the vertical and horizontal construction line. Next up, we want to start offsetting. From the PDF document, we've been told that right from the very center of this smaller cycle, the distance from the center to the keyway we have is at 34 millimeters. So we are going to offset this vertical construction line at a distance of 34 millimeters. All right, so to do that, you go to the modify ribbon, click on offset. Yeah, click on offset, then type in the distance 34. Right, then you click on the line we want to offset, which is this vertical construction line where my cursor is right now. Click on it, and we are offsetting to the right of this vertical construction line. So we'll take our cursor to the right to tell CAD the direction we need our offset line. Okay, so I'll click on the vertical construction line, take the cursor to the right, just like that. All right, so next up, we want to draw in the entire length of that keyway. Sorry, let's go back to our PDF document. All right, so the entire length is 20 millimeters. Okay, so we are going to offset. All right, so back to CAD. So we are going to offset this horizontal construction line on both sides at a distance of 10 millimeters. Okay, so I'll go to modify and click on offset, type in distance 10. All right, press enter on the keyboard. I'll click on the line, the horizontal construction line. All right, so I'll offset to both both sides of this yes, to both sides of the horizontal construction line. All right, sorry about that. So next up, we're done with that. We've located the points where we need we've located the points for the construction line. So next up, we go back to our main layer, click on the 0 layer, which is our main layer. Then you go to the draw ribbon, press escape key to exit the command, then go to the draw ribbon, click line. Okay, then ensure your cursor locks to the point of intersection of this construction line where my cursor is right now. Ensure it locks to that point. Okay, then take it down to this end, lock it to this point of intersection, back to this end. All right, just like that. Okay, then you press escape key on the keyboard to exit the command. All right, so next up, we're done with this construction line. The head of this command is just to help us locate the point of that keyway, so we can delete them by just clicking on them to highlight it. All right, so just click on this construction line to highlight, and then you press delete on the keyboard. All right, next up, we don't need this line here. Okay, this is a kind of open line, so we're going to trim out some part of that lines. All right, so you go to the modify ribbon, click on trim. Yes, click on trim, then press enter on the keyboard to select every object in the model space. All right, so you click on the line you want to get rid of. Okay, all right, so we don't need this line, so I'll click on it. We don't need this, I'll click on it. That's it. Now we've gotten the keyway. Next up, we'll go back to our PDF document. All right, next up, we want to draw in these other lines to the left of this cycle. All right, so how do we do that? So now you take a look at it from the center of this smaller cycle that's inscribed in the larger cycle to this very end to the left. We'll have a total distance of 232.5 millimeters. Okay, so we are going to still back to our CAD. We are going to offset this vertical construction line to the left at a distance of 232.5 millimeters. Okay, so let's do that. Go to modify ribbon, click on offset. type in distance to 32.5, press enter on the keyboard, then you click on the line. We're offsetting to the right. Okay, so that's it. Next up, okay, next up, what do we do next? All right, we have to if you take a look at this drawing where my cursor is right now, you can see we have a kind of semicircle here with a radius of 22.5 millimeters. Okay, so how do we locate the center of this semicircle? All right, so we still make use of our horizontal construction line. Make use of horizontal construction line, then you check this distance. All right, from this very end to this point we have a distance of 37.5 millimeters. All right, so we still have to offset from this very end at a distance of 37.5. so type in 37.5 millimeters, then press enter, then you click on the line we want to offset to the right. Okay, so that's it. Next up, we'll try, yeah, this at this point, this where we'll have the center of our cycle that we use to produce the semicircle we need there, and the radius of the cycle is 22.5 millimeters. Okay, so we'll go back to, yes, we are on our main layer, so we'll go to the draw ribbon, click on cycle. All right, so using this at the as the center of the cycle, ensure the cursor locks to this point of intersection. Okay, lock your cursor to that point, then you click. All right, so the radius is 22.5. all right, so type 22.5 and press enter on the keyboard. Right, so that is what we will need. All right, so we don't need the entire circle, so we're going to get rid of yes, we are going to get rid of this semicircle to the left. All right, so I'll go to the modify ribbon, click on trim. All right, click on trim and press enter on the keyboard to select all the objects in the model space. All right, then we'll click on the line we don't need. All right, we don't need this, I'll click on it. We don't need this. All right, so next up we'll go to the draw ribbon, click line. All right, so yes, starting off from this point, sorry, let's go, I was too fast with that, so let's go back to our PDF document. What I want to do, I want to draw in this line. Okay, this line from this very point to this end. All right, and it's at a distance of 35, so I'm going to draw it using our main line. All right, then we have a distance here at 18.81 millimeters on both ends of this line, so we'll draw these lines in right now. All right, so back to CAD, so I'll click line, then we click on this point, ensure it locks to this point of intersection of this line, lock it down, then you click on it. Then we take a distance of 18.81 millimeters to the up, 18.81 millimeters, then press enter on the keyboard. Now we're done with that part. Next up we want to, yes, we want to draw in this same line on the other hand. All right, so you type in you click on the space bar on the keyboard to re-enter the previous command. Right, then you click on the end of this line, ensure it locks to this point of intersection, click on it, then join it to this point of intersection, just like that. Then you click on it, draw a vertical line downwards at a distance of 18.81 millimeters, press enter on the keyboard, just like that. All right, hope you're getting it. All right, so you press escape on the keyboard to exit the command. I'll pan a little bit to centralize our drawing. Okay, just like so. Next up sorry, back to our PDF document. Yes, you can see we have a tangent line here that is touching this larger cycle at just one point. Okay, so we are going to draw a tangent line that and join it to the very end of these vertical lines on both sides. Okay, so let's do that. All right, so back to CAD, go to draw ribbon, click line. Sorry, before we do that, let's go to the bottom right of your screen, click on the drop down menu of the object snap. All right, click on the drop down menu of the object snap, ensure you select the tangent option. Yes, select the tangent option there, ensure the endpoint is also selected. All right, so that's all we need for now. So yes, you go to draw ribbon, click line, then click on this endpoint of this vertical line. Yes, then locate the point of tangency on this cycle. Yes, the tangent point of this cycle, then click on it. That's what we need. So you do same on on the other hand, then press the space bar on the keyboard to re-enter previous command. Lock your cursor to the end of this vertical line. Locate the point of the tangent point on this cycle. All right, locate the tangent point and you click on it. Yeah, that's what you need. That was easy, right? All right, so next up we have a straight line here. All right, joining these two hands together. I think this looks like a kind of a chain cover for bicycle. Yeah, it looks like a chain cover for the bicycle. All right, so we are going to draw in an horizontal line joining these 2 points. Okay, horizontal construction line is kind of making that very easy for us. So go to drawing board, click on line, then show your cursor locks to that point of intersection right at the middle of this cycle. All right, click on it, then join to this point of intersection. That's it, just like that. So now we are done with all these all the drawings to the left. So next up we are back to our PDF document. We are going to draw in this upper part. All right, so how do we do that? As you can see, the dimension we have here is 134 degrees. Okay, less than the sum of angles on a straight line, which is 180. So when you take away 134 degrees from 180, we're going to be left with 46 degrees, right? So we're going to project a line, a construction line inclined at an angle of 46 degrees. All right, so let's do that. What we're trying to do here is to locate the center point of these cycles, right? The cycles here with radius 15 millimeters and 37.5 millimeters. Okay, so let's try to locate the point. Yeah, let's try to produce that construction line inclined at 46 degrees. All right, so I'll go back to the construction layer, go to the layers ribbon, click on drop down menu of the layers ribbon, then click on construct one. Now we are now on the construct one layer. So back to go to the draw ribbon, click on drop down menu of the draw ribbon, then you click on construction line. Yeah, click on construction line. Now type in A for angular, type A for angular, then you enter the angle you need, 46 degrees, then you press enter on the keyboard. Then ensure the cursor locks to the center of this cycle. All right, click on it. Now we've gotten that line. So back to our PDF document. As you can see, from this very center of this cycle to the center of the upper cycle here, we have a distance of 150 millimeters. Okay, so we are going to use yes, we are going to use our main layer. We'll draw a main line of a distance 150 degrees, 150 millimeters, to locate the center point of these cycles. Okay, so let's do that. So back to CAD. Yes, first of all, going back to our main layer. So go to the layers ribbon, click on drop down menu of the layers ribbon, then you click on the zero layer, which is our main layer. All right, then you go to the draw ribbon, click line. All right, so starting from this center of this cycle, ensure your cursor locks to the center of the cycle. All right, then click on that. Drawing along this angle at 46 degrees, then take a distance of 150 millimeters. Okay, so type in 150, then press tab key on the keyboard to enter the angle you need. So press tab key, then type in 46 and press enter. Now that is our line right there. Now the end point of this line is going to be the center of our cycles. All right, and from our PDF document, the radius of these cycles are 15 millimeters and 37.5 millimeters. All right, so we'll go straight ahead to drawing these cycles. Okay, so I'll go to the draw ribbon, click on the cycle cycle 2. All right, then ensure the cursor locks to the end point of this line we just drew in right now. Okay, so I'll enter the radius of 15 millimeters. Press enter on the keyboard. That's our smaller cycle. Next up, yes, press the space bar on the keyboard to re-enter the previous command. Using same center, type in radius 37.5, right, and press enter on the keyboard. Now that's what we need. Now we've gotten the center of this cycle, so we can get rid of this line. Okay, so I'll just click on it to highlight it, then press delete on the keyboard. Next up, back to PDF document. Next up, we have tangent lines. Okay, touching these cycles at just 1 point, okay, on both sides. Okay, so we're going to do that using the tangents from the options in our object snap. All right, so I'll go still on our main layer. Right, so I'll go to the drawing board, click on line, then locate the tangent points on this cycle. As you can see, we are having difficulties locating the tangent points. That is because we have a lot of options selected in our object snap. So I'll go back to the bottom right of the screen, click on drop down menu of the object snap 2. Now I'll deselect some of these options. All right, so I'll deselect some of the options. Right, so as you can see right now from the screen, you see that we have only the tangent option selected. All right, this will enable us to do what we need in record time. Okay, all right, so as you see how easy it is for us to locate the tangent for right now. Okay, so you just click on any points right there, then you take it down to this point, locate the tangent point on the second cycle, then you click on it. All right, so we'll do same, press escape key on the keyboard to exit the command, then press space bar on the keyboard to re-enter the previous command, and we'll do the same on the other end of these cycles. Okay, just like that. All right, so you click on this end too. Right, so that's it. All right, back to our PDF document. Next up, we still have a line here. Right, so we've got to draw it in. Right on the construction line inclined at 46 degrees. So click on the line tool, click on it, then you see we are done with the tangents option, so we can go back to our object snap, click on it to deselect it, then we'll select endpoint, midpoint, center, intersection, extension, and the rest. Right, so we need that. This is what we need for now. So we can deselect the tangent option like just like we did right now. So next up, we'll go back to this and show your cursor locks to this point of intersection where my cursor is right now. I only hope by now you can see what I'm doing on the screen. Okay, so ensure the cursor locks to this point of intersection, then extend it to this other point of intersection. Now that's the line we need. So you can press escape key on the keyboard to exit the command. Okay, as you can see, we are done with all these construction lines. I'm going to turn off these construction lines because we don't need it, has served its purpose. Okay, so I'll go to the layers ribbon, click on the drop down menu of the layers ribbon. Now this light bulb right beside the construct one, I'll click on it to turn off the construction lines. Okay, you see what it does. Okay, so next up, we are going to start putting in the dimensions, so that if we are to give this design to a machinist or a manufacturer, the person will be able to know the dimension and the exact size we need. All right, these are manufacturable components. Okay, the only difference is just that we're doing it in 2Ds. Okay, as we proceed, we are going to be taking some drawings in 3Ds. Okay, if possible, we'll take some orthographic projections. Okay, so next up, we are going to put in the dimensions of this on these drawings. Okay, go to the layers ribbon, click on drop down menu of layers ribbon, you select dimension 1, which is our dimension layer. Click on it to select it, make it our current layer. Now we are on the dimension layer. All right, next up, we can go ahead and start dimensioning. Go to the annotation ribbon, then click on dimension. All right, click on dimension. So next up, we'll start dimensioning, putting in the dimensions of on this drawing. Okay, so click on the both ends of the lines you want to dimension, then you drag out to put the text. All right, as you can see, the text height is very small. All right, so we can change that. So we'll go back to our annotation ribbon, click on the drop down menu of the annotation ribbon. What you're trying to do is make some changes to this dimension text, so that it will be visible to the eyes. Okay, I believe so long I cannot see it on the screen, I believe you cannot see it as well. So I'm going to do some changes now that will enable us to see it properly. All right, so I'll go to the annotation ribbon, click on the drop down of the annotation ribbon, then select the second option called dimension style. Okay, click on dimension style. All right, right here at the dimension style dialog box, we have a preview screen. here at the preview screen, you whatever changes you make, you will see the effect here at the preview screen. If you are okay with it, you can go ahead and close the dialog box. If not, you can go to the modify tab. All right, right here at the left panel of this dialog box. Okay, click on the modify tab. All right, click on the modify tab. Now what you want to, the change you want to make is text. All right, you want to make text changes to the text. Okay, so I'll click on the text tab. Click on the text tab. All right, yes, click on the text tab. Now we want to change this text height to from 2.5 to 7. All right, so let's change it to 7 and see the effect of this change. I press enter on the keyboard. Press enter on the keyboard. All right, you see the effect of the correction we just did now. All right, so you can click OK if you are okay. If you are satisfied with the change, then you click close to close this dialog box, the dimension style manager dialog box. Okay, as you can see, the dimension and the text height is better off now. Okay, so I believe we can work with this. You can see this now, right? It's 18.81 millimeters. Okay, so I believe we can work with this dimension, the text height. Okay, so we can go ahead and put in other dimensions. So okay, I'll click on dimension. Next up, I want to put in the dimension of this mid cycle, so I'll click on it. That's correct, 22.5. Yeah, the yes, let's put in the entire dimension, the distance for this entire length. Okay, from that center right to this point, 232.5. that's correct. Yeah, so let's put in this angle. Okay, the angle of 134 degrees. Let's put in that angle. Okay, click on this. Right there, 134 degrees. That's correct. Next up, yes, let's put in the dimension for this keyway. Right, click on it. 20 millimeters. So from this center down to this point, 34 millimeters. That's correct. Then let's put in, yes, from this center, yes, down to this center is 150 millimeters. Yes, that's correct. So we can put in yes, the dimension of these cycles. All right. The dimension of the larger cycle is diameter 120 millimeters. Okay, as you can see, this dimension of this cycle is kind of cutting across the cycle, and I don't like that. Okay, so I want us to do some carry out some changes that will enable us to get rid of this line cutting across the cycle. So same approach, you go to the annotation ribbon. Okay, you click on drop down menu of the annotation ribbon, then you click on dimension style. All right, then straight up to modify tab, click on modify tab. Yes, then you go to fit, click on the fit tab, click on the fit tab. Then we are going to take a look at the previous screen while I carry out any changes. Okay, you see the effect of the change I'm going to carry out now. All right, so I'm going to deselect draw dim line between extent lines. Okay, that will enable us to get rid of that line cutting across our cycle. All right, so I'll deselect it now. Take a look at this line. Where my cursor is, I hope you can see my cursor. Right, so take a look at this line. Once I deselect this line, you're going to see the effect of the change. Okay, so I'll do that right now. Okay, you see, that's what we want. Okay, so you can click OK, then you click close to close the dimension style manager dialog box. Now you can see the effect of our change right there. That's good. All right, so that's what we need. So next we'll put in the other dimensions. Okay, we want to put in dimension of this smaller cycle. As you can see, we are having difficulty putting in the dimension. I guess we have to go to the object snap at the bottom right to deselect some of these options so that it doesn't get on our way. All right, so yes, I'll deselect some of these. Yes, I think I'll leave intersection on. Okay, I'll just leave these two on. Okay, so I think we need a yes, that's what we need right now. Okay, of radius 24. Right, that was great. Now next up, yes, are we missing anything here? Okay, we are here to let's put in dimension of these guys here, up here. All right, diameter 75 and diameter 30. Right, what else are we missing here? I'm missing the distance from this point to this very point. Yeah, this point. Yeah, 37.5. Now you see, if you can take a look at the drawing, you see that some of the construction dimension lines are cutting across our main lines, and we don't like that. All right, so in order to make some changes to this, we want to extend it out of this line. You can click on the actual dimensions lines you want to make changes to. You click on it, then you click on these boxes to adjust the positions of these lines. Okay, you just click on it, it turns red. Just click on it. Sorry, click on these small boxes, it turns red, then you can adjust up and down to any position you want. All right, so do same here, do same here. Okay, yes, to this point, this is what we need. Okay, that's it. I think I'm okay with that position right now. So yeah, what else are we missing? I'm missing anything else here? Okay, I guess I'm cool with this. Okay, okay, I'll still make some adjustment to this. Let me just adjust this down a little bit. Okay, yeah, that's cool. That's good. All right, I guess I'm okay with this. You can do a better job. Okay, you can do a better job. So for now, this is all I can do for now. All right, so if you want to see how your drawing is going to look like on paper, all right, you can go to the bottom left of the screen. You click on layout 1. All right, click on layout 1. Now this is exactly how your drawing is going to look like on paper, but one thing, we need to get rid of these grid modes. Okay, we don't need this grid mode on our paper. All right, so now where we are right now is called the paper space. Okay, it's called the paper space in AutoCAD. All right, but we don't need this grid mode here. So you can switch between the paper space and model space even while we are still in the paper space. How do we do that? You come to the bottom right of the screen, you see where my cursor is right now, where we have paper. You click on it to switch to model space even while we are still on paper space. Okay, so you just click on that, click on it. Now we are back in the model space, whilst we are still on the paper space. All right, to get rid of this grid mode, you click on the grid mode to turn it off. Yeah, just like that. Next up, as you can see, we don't need yes, we don't need this border line, this blue border line. We don't need it. All right, so to get rid of it, I'm going to create another layer called viewports. Okay, we'll create another layer called viewports. So I'll go to layers ribbon, click on layers property, new layer, viewports. All right, sorry, viewports, and press enter on the keyboard. We shouldn't be bothered about the color of the viewports because I'm going to turn it off. Okay, so you click close to close the dialog box. Now next up, use okay, I think there's still need for us to adjust this position so that it will be more to a bigger size. Sorry, we'll adjust it to a bigger size. Okay, sorry, I'll plan to centralize this paper. Okay, then press escape. I want to do some changes. Okay, yes, I want to zoom this a little bit. I want to zoom out so the dimension text will be visible to the eye. So I'm going to, yes, on the left and right panel, I'll click on zoom. Drop down menu of the zoom tool. Okay, I will use a tool called zoom real time. Okay, click on it, then you press hold the left button on your mouse. Press hold it, press hold the left button on your mouse, then you drag. Okay, you drag upwards, you drag downwards to zoom in or zoom out. Okay, so what you need right now is to zoom out. Okay, so I'm dragging upwards while press holding the left button of the mouse. I get to the position that I feel the dimension, the test heights are okay. If I'm satisfied with it, then I can let go of the left button of the mouse. Alright, so that's it. So we can press escape key on the keyboard to exit the zoom rate time too. Alright, that's it. We're done with that. So next up, we've created a layer called viewports. Now we want to get rid of this blue border line. Okay, currently this blue border line is in our dimension layer. All right, so I'm going to take it to, yes, I'm going to take it to viewports layer. As you can see, I've clicked on it to select it. It's highlighted now, so I'm taking it to viewports layer. So I'll go to the layers ribbon, click on the drop down menu of the layers ribbon, then I'll select viewports. Now we have the blue border line in our viewports. Next up, I'm going to turn off the viewports to get rid of the blue border. I don't want us to see it. Okay, we don't need this blue line to appear on our paper when we print out, so I'm going to turn off the viewports. All right, once I do that, I'm automatically turning off the blue border line. All right, so I will go to the layers ribbon, click on the other menu of the layers ribbon, then I'll click on this light bulb symbol right here beside the viewport layer to turn it off. All right, so that's it. So this is exactly what you want. This is exactly what you want. This is how our drawing is going to look like on paper. When you print out, this is what the machinist is going to see. All right. So that is it for today. I believe we've done justice to this drawing, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.